Welcome to the deep dive. Today we are plunging into, well, a true American literary cornerstone, F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby.
A big one.
Definitely. We've got a fantastic stack of articles and research here, and they offer a really compelling look into the novel's core themes.
Especially how it unpacks society and dreams, that elusive nature of dreams.
Exactly. So our mission really for this deep dive is to pull out the most insightful nuggets from all this material.
Right.
We want to understand what Gatsby tells us about its own era, the Roaring Twenties.
Which was quite something.
Oh, yeah. But also, maybe more importantly, what it reveals about these universal human experiences. Things that honestly feel even more relevant today.
You know, what's really striking isn't just that this story feels timeless, but how precisely it dissects a certain kind of American idea.
Which idea is that?
This belief that wealth and, getting people to admire you can fundamentally change who you are, that it can buy happiness.
Ah, okay. So it's a critique of self-invention.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when that reinvention is all about chasing something external, something idealized instead of maybe an internal truth.
That makes sense.
And that's why I think it just keeps grabbing readers, even now, almost a century later.
That's a perfect way to jump into our first big theme then. The illusions and then the disillusionment wrapped up in the American dream within this book. Fitzgerald's critique is just so sharp. He paints this picture of an era where the dream looked completely attainable.
Right there for the taking.
Yeah, but also dangerously hollow.
Yeah.
Right at its core.
And Jay Gatsby, well, he is that idea, isn't he? He's the embodiment.
Totally.
Our research really digs into how he just meticulously reinvents himself, from this poor farm.
James Gat's original.
Exactly. Into Jay Gatsby, the glamorous millionaire. And this whole massive effort, this transformation, it's driven by just one thing.
One goal.
One singular, obsessive goal.
Yeah.
Winning back Daisy Buchanan.
Right.
She becomes everything he thinks he wants. She's like the ultimate prize, the glittering symbol of this whole American dream fantasy he's built up in his head.
Okay, so if Gatsby is the dream, where does it start to fall apart? What is it about his pursuit that shows us this illusion and then the crash, the disillusionment?
Well, that unraveling, that's where the novel gets its incredible power.
Yeah.
What our sources really make clear is that the tragedy isn't just, that he fails. It's that the object of his dream, Daisy, she's not worthy of it.
Oof. Not worthy.
No. The book paints her as careless and shallow and, honestly, incapable of living up to this huge fantasy he's constructed around her.
She's just a person, a flawed person.
Exactly. And this is where that famous symbol comes in, right?
Yeah.
The green light.
The green light at the end of her dock. Such a